360K for this car?
I was making $1 million as a podiatrist. 37 properties, and we're sitting at 13 million, 8 million.
8 million.
Right.
And you're 29 years old.
Is I learn off amazing people. Not the mums and dads, not the property owners that have 2 properties. I'm like, I want to learn from the best. But so I had 37 properties, and each year they went up by...
Meet Australian real estate and Airbnb tycoon Sanjay Parasher, 29-year-old entrepreneur from Sydney, Australia, who has made a crazy $13 million from real estate after purchasing his first ever property only 2.5 years ago. Sanjay is also the highest paid podiatrist in all of Australia and is the director and founder of the Foot and Ankle Clinic, the medical practice specializing in helping those with lower limb mobility issues. He now owns 37 properties across New South Wales. He also makes $40,000 per month from renting out his homes on Airbnb. But how did a failed aspiring pro cricketer from a migrant background end up with an 8-figure real estate empire, $1 million worth of cars, and becoming the highest paid podiatrist in all of Australia at only 29 years old? Was it all of his 4 a.m. training sessions at the gym and daily meditation on the beach? Or was it his 10x mindset and belief in himself that allowed him to achieve his huge success? Sanjay's been a good friend of mine for many years, so I decided to catch up with him while he was down in Sydney to retain his knowledge.
What's been happening?
Oh bro, a lot, man.
Yeah?
So if you guys don't know, me and Sanjay are actually friends. We catch up on a regular basis, you know.
We do.
A few little mandates here and there, but
It's been cute. It's been cute.
has been cute, bro.
I've seen you've been meeting some cool people, bro.
Yeah, we met Simon Beard, the Culture Kings, only the other week. So.
Now you're a bit of a business owner yourself.
So these are your nice cars, both yours, I'm assuming. Far out. The guys' cars go up in value. Never heard that in my life. What was your name?
Because you won't pull over. I said, I'm pulling over.
How did he spot you?
I have no idea, honestly. That's funny as. All right, let's head to the office. I was going to buy a Merc next week, but I might have second thoughts.
So this is Soma Wellness. Where our HQ is. I've got 2 businesses here. Foot and Ankle Clinic of Australia. That's across 31 locations now.
Yep.
And the Australian Health Company as well. So it's a disability business as well. See you later, ladies.
Hey, how are you? Nice to meet you.
So this is the Foot and Ankle Clinic side.
How much do these cost you a month?
It's like 45K a year.
For all 3?
Nah, for each.
How much do you reckon each business is making you per year?
A lot. 7s.
7s?
Easily.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. So I was making, I could disclose this one. I was making $1 million just by myself.
Really?
As a podiatrist. So then what I do now is I bring on podiatrists. I'm like, hey, it's my job to make you $1 million.
Would you want to share how much, what your biggest revenue year would have been for yourself?
Collectively, potentially like 8 million. Right.
You're 29 years old.
Thanks, man.
Oh, good, bro. Man, I'm actually really keen to pick his brain about his Airbnb business. He's got obviously a lot of businesses he's running, but especially the property business, because I'm thinking of buying my own property soon. So keen to pick his brain on how he kind of scales that, especially with Airbnb in Australia, because no one really talks about it online, especially in this country. So keen to hear what he has to say. So I've got a couple of burning questions for you about your property and Airbnb business.
Nice.
So firstly, tell the viewers how old you are and how much value of property that you currently own.
Sure. So 29 years of age, I've accumulated 37 properties, and we're sitting at 13 million in total value now.
Wow, that's crazy. When did you get your first place?
I actually looked, it was 2 years and 10 months ago.
That's when you got your first, and you've got
37.
37 now.
Yeah, scaled hard. First house I bought was in middle of Wollongong. Man, I had no idea what I was doing at the time. I just bought it. But let me tell you this, I bought in a good area and it's gone up by 300K in 2.5 years.
Wow.
And dude, we weren't even expecting that to rise.
That's in Wollongong?
Yeah, and that's automatic. Like, okay. I don't put anything into this, the fence has fallen over, the whole lot's...
Yeah, and what was your first Airbnb property?
Was that second property?
How many units did you buy? 5. So 1 block?
1 block.
And how much did that cost you?
1.8 million.
And did you use the equity from your first place to buy that second place?
Because it was a commercial, so it's a commercial loan, which you need to put down 35%.
Oh wow, that's a lot.
Right, as the down payment. By chance, it had an Airbnb in there.
Already?
And they sold it to me and they're like, look, this Airbnb makes $1,500 a week. And I'm like, show me. And they're like, look, this is what we can show you. We can only show you the calendar. And I'm like, far out. So I sat down with this old guy that ran the Airbnbs. He took me out for a coffee just before I took over the property, and he's explaining me how he runs his Airbnb. Anyway, I took this over, and my one goal was this. And this is cool, because I'm gonna show you my reward in a second, right? I was like, if I get this property, and it does make me $2,500 a week, after I pay its expenses, I'm gonna go buy a supercar. And what did I do? I went and bought that supercar right there.
So that was your incentive.
That was my incentive. And then what I quickly did, that was a block of 5 units. And all I decided to do is I started renovating these units. And I'm like, dude, if I can make $1,500 from 1 unit, I'm gonna make 2 units. I'm gonna make 3 units. And now in that block, I've got 4 units on Airbnb.
Wow.
That actually made me $1 million in 10 months.
No way.
In equity. I grabbed that million, bought another block down in Batehaven on the ocean in Bateman's Bay. I've got 3 Airbnbs in there. They make me a little bit less per week, maybe 800 or 750 a week.
Okay, so if the viewers are wondering, how on earth do you buy your first property and scale it as you did?
What I did was this, right, is I learned off amazing people. People that are experts in the industries, not people that want to give advice, not the mums and dads, not the property owners that have 2 properties. I'm like, I want to learn from the best.
Yeah.
The ones that have 100 properties, the ones that are billionaires.
Yep.
And what I quickly found out is they look at property completely different. People don't go out there and buy their own properties and live in them. These guys go buy properties that they will never live in, ensure that they're financially sound because they cash flow. That then gives them stability in times like this when interest rates are going up. People must be thinking, and you might be thinking, how are you now holding all these properties while the interest rates are going up?
Yeah, how?
Right? Because of the cash flow, right? So I'll buy a property, and after all mortgages, all the payments are paid off, all expenses, I'm still making, you know, $2,000 a week off some properties, $3,000 a week off one property.
Wow, wow.
So imagine that at scale.
I see.
Right?
Yep.
And then that just multiplies, and then I grab that cash flow, I go to the bank and say, hey, my properties have grown in this much equity, here's my down payment and I can service it because I'm making so much more money every time you give me money.
So out of the 7 Airbnbs, how much total revenue have you made from?
Maybe 500,000?
Yeah, wow.
Because I've only had it for 2 years.
That's still good, man. You've earned $500,000 off Airbnb, not even taking into account the capital growth on the property itself.
Right, that's the biggest key.
And for the viewers that sort of like want a bit of advice on how to buy their first property, what would your best piece of advice be?
Increase your intrinsic value as a human being. Right, so you become more knowledgeable, increase the value on what you can provide others, right? Allow others to obtain their own success through you. You'll naturally get paid more. You'll be of higher value to them. When you get paid more, learn what to do with that money. Learn how to invest it. Learn how to give you stability, give you a bit of financial income along the way. Right, and that growth's always there.
Do you think you're going to become a billionaire one day?
100%.
Yeah?
Yeah. It was funny because I drove the other day past one of my childhood homes, and I was literally driving past home and I just stopped smack bang in the middle of the road, and I was looking at this home and I had this weird feeling, and this was the feeling. I was like, everything's momentary, and this is why. At one stage, my parents worked their ass off and this was their family home, and you know, this was their dream. And little did they know that a billionaire is going to come from this home.
Nice.
That's how confident I am, man.
I rate that. No, I believe in you as well, man.
And I think everyone has that ability to really find out who they are, right? And like all the answers are within us. And even through tough times, me and you, everyone out there will go through tough times. But let me tell you this, the answers are already inside you. You just have to actually dig deeper, be honest to yourself, be truthful to yourself. You know, remove those demons, remove those bad thoughts, remove those negative ideas, and you will find the answers. You're made for it.
So good catching up again, man. Very inspiring.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Let's go.